Good morning, everyone. So let's say you had a friend who was trying to kick a habit, drinking, drugs, weight loss, you name it, and you're there supporting them, but you see them getting pushback from the people who got them into the drinking, into the drugs, into the smoking, into the overeating. Do we just sit idly by and let them revert back into their old ways? And I understand to some extent you can't help people, until they want to help themselves. But some people are really struggling and they want the help. What do we do in that circumstance? And for most of us, we say we offer our support. We try to, show them, the bigger picture, better life, things like that. And I have to say, in regards to what we're seeing with everything going on and the social climate going on, I see a lot of people getting pushback who are trying to make a change, who have seen what's going on as far as injustice goes, have spoken about it, and are getting pushback from their family, from their friends. And not to their discredit, but I've seen shades of people reverting, not because they feel like their original stance was wrong in seeing the injustice in it, but because they don't want the pushback from it. They don't want the problems. They don't want to have the arguments, and they're uncomfortable. And the one thing that I would say to all of you is, if you think that this is uncomfortable, having these conversations, imagine how uncomfortable it is driving, walking, just being at times. And so it's something that we need to put ourselves in certain circumstances, maybe where we fit. So instead of it being about being, people of color, then it's about being a particular gender, about being a particular lifestyle. So guys, support the people who are supporting this movement, who don't have to. They honestly don't. Now, we can say, yeah, for a better society and everything else, but we've seen people sit idly by in the past and not do anything about it for a lot of different, causes. So along these lines, we have to think, what would we want to do for a friend who was, struggling in a circumstance that we knew we could, help them along in? Help them along, encourage them, support them, thank them, and tell them that it's needed. And for the people who have been fighting it, thank you, and keep fighting. This is so crucial. This is at a time, it's very pivotal. What do we want our futures to be like? It may not change everything, but this is going to change a lot. And I'm not talking about by way of destruction or killing somebody else. That's not going to always beget it. But we have to know that moving forward, it's not always going to be about just taking to the streets. We have to take to the polls. We have to take to the legislations. We have to take to our communities by supporting within communities, within our own communities. And by our own, yeah, in a lot of ways it's within the Black community, but in a lot of ways it's in good communities, putting money into communities that we want to see supported, or areas, businesses, you name it, and people that will put back and give back. So talk to the community, let the community talk to you, and keep supporting one another. It's crucial, because really when you're built more for love, it's easier to kind of fall back and not want to deal with a lot of this. The people that we're opposing are built largely on a lot of hate and ignorance, and there's a lot of fire and brimstone in that. We have to combat it. We can all be peaceful warriors. We can be peaceful until you challenge our warrior. All right, guys, have a fantastic day. Peace, love, unity, solidarity. And I hope all this made sense.